I do many things. When people ask me what I do, I say my trade is a programmer, but I do very little programming these days. I'm more of a software architect, as well as strategy for software and our applications generally, but I also do write code as well. Because all agencies need a technical director, so the world is very digital these days, so to have any digital output, you need someone that can manage that from a technical. I read a lot. I read a lot of historical trends. Historically, what happens in technology, so trends in technology historically informs how things are going to change going forward. So I spend a lot of time reading about how technology has evolved to get to where we are now, as well as looking at everything that's on the horizon as well. The wheel, possibly. Yeah, so there is a really obvious answer for me, which is quite contentious. So I would say Facebook. I think it's kind of multi-stranded. So I think in terms of the tools that people will be able to use to design will be far more intuitive over the coming years, and equally when you think of 3D design, people will be far more aware of the space they're designing in, because they've been designing in virtual reality or augmented reality of some sort, so they can actually move and design within the space itself. But also there are, because of the way we collect so much data these days, design will be far more informed. So we'll be able to make better decisions about how we approach a design of anything based on the understanding we have. I always remember when I was possibly about 10 years old, there was something called the Quantel paint box, and that was the first kind of Photoshop-like design tool, digital design tool that came onto the market. And there was a program on BT2 back in early 80s where they invited artists to come and use a Quantel paint book to they're traditional artists. Obviously at that time there were no digital artists, but they were using digital tools to paint in the way they would normally approach any piece of creative output, and all of them, bar none, were flabbergasted about the opportunities it gave them, and I think that was a real game changer. There's lots, to be honest, but there's three things which we've created or are going to be creating, which have been really outstanding, really. So one is our application suite, which we built from the ground up, and when we built it, we didn't know whether it could be done, and so that was a great challenge, and we did it, and it worked well. The other one is our 3D tool. So what we call Z-Up, or for different clients we have different names for it, but essentially it's a 3D platform, so that works really well. And then going forward, I'm really looking forward to delivering the VR empathy training we're currently building.